Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another weather forecast. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at another big pattern change here. We already posted about this, I believe, 2 days ago. And we're going to be taking a more depth into this big cold front here. And also, this big cold front will strengthen that big warm front and long-lasting extension this summer. Sadly, for much of the western United States. And also, the worst of it will be kind of in that general southwestern area near Death Valley, up to 110 degrees still likely in those general areas, and it's not going to be really helpful to those fires. And then in the eastern side of the United States, we can be seeing winter temperatures at overnight lows. In some areas, we could be seeing highs that are also what you see in the winter, not in the early fall. So it's going to be kind of opposite. Winter temperatures for portions of the eastern and central United States, and still extension of summer temperatures for the west. So the United States would be split into half for the next coming days here for around the next week or so. Before we get into the video though, please subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and post notification icon. But without further ado, let's go into this video. So here's looking now at the 6 to 10 day outlook here. So as you see, in the next 6 to 10 days, which is October 5th to 9th, those cooler temperatures will start to minimize, and that warm front will kind of start to take into effect with this cold front. That warm front will kind of get to the point where it breaks that ridge and it starts pushing eastward. But the worst the cold air and that big cold front will be from now to the next around 4 days. So if we had a 1 to 4 day outlook, it'll be very dark into those dark blues and purple shades. As you see, I mean, this warm air is just going to continue to extend. Here we actually have an 80 to 90% chance for above average temperatures for portions of the northwest and western areas near the Sierras and Rockies. I mean, that's just going to bring some really warm temperatures up to possibly 20 to 26 degrees above average, maybe even a little higher than that. And then these areas here around 7 to 15 degrees below average. And areas in the southeast and mid-Atlantic, you guys are going to be seeing kind of the potential, the longest lasting effects from this cold front here, because in those areas in the Great Lakes and Northeast, they're going to warm up before y'all. And also areas to the southeast, like Florida and Texas, those areas will also warm up before you guys. But you guys in the southeast, mid-Atlantic, and areas of the Ohio Valley, you guys will kind of get the longest effects of this cold front. Even when it starts to die, you're still going to be seeing technically this below average temperatures a lot longer. But this warm front is going to continue to extend further eastward as we get closer to the end of the week, nearing October 10th in that general time frame. That's when that that warm front will be kind of go across country, so from west to east coast here, and that's going to allow a little bit of a break for the northwest. When I mean once that warm front does get all the way to the east coast, we are going to have a little cold front come into the Pacific Northwest and bring some cooler air for only a few days in the west, the west will take obviously a cold front, but it's not going to be super long lasting, but cold front, but at least temperatures will cool down after the next week or so for those areas in the western United States, and then it'll start warming up in those areas in the eastern United States in around a week or so. So let's check out this two temperature anomaly. And as you do see, this is actually for forecast for tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna be seeing that first wave of the cold front, which is what we're seeing right now, start to die off a little bit as we're gonna start seeing the second one originate right here. I know you don't really see anywhere where this cold front could form, but there it is. I mean, this is also again gonna strengthen and extend that time frame of the warm air and warm front as that ridge will continue to strengthen. That's going to bring in up to around 12 to 18 degrees above average. Actually, the worst of it on average wise will be Oregon and California, but temperature wise the worst will always be near Death Valley, California, and western Arizona. There you see that second shot of that cold front, that second wave. The second wave will be a lot larger and a little bit longer lasting, especially for the southeast and eastern corridor, east coast corridor. As you see, only around 16 to 20 degrees below average, but some areas in Arkansas can probably cross that over 20 degrees below average. But you see that cold front is going to pretty much last for the east coast. This is October 6th, October 7th, and then that warm front starts to really extend, like I said, by that October 9th, October 10th time frame. That's when it actually gets into the eastern United States there. But look at that, up to over 25 degrees above average for portions of the central and northern plains there. I mean, it's going to be a really big cold front, warm front. But like I said, that's going to allow this warm front, that moving east, this eastward trend of that warm front is going to allow cold air, this pattern change to flip. So cold air in the west and warm temperatures in the east. But like I said, that cold air in the west won't last as long as this cold front in the eastern United States, because this warm front will quickly move out of the way, and that's going to allow that cold air to move eastward, affecting the southeast, and the warm air comes back. So I mean, it's going to be like a literal pattern. It's just going to be really cold air than the warm air than the cold air. That's just what we're going to be seeing for the next coming weeks. Let's check out the European model as well here. This is the next 12 hours. As you see, that first wave of that cold front bringing in around 8 to 10 degrees below average. Now you see up to around 15 to 16 degrees above average up there in the west coast. And then here comes that big second cold front, going to bring in around 12 to 15 degrees below average. And then even portions of those general areas can maybe reach up to around 15 to 20 degrees below average. But as you see, that warm air is not going to move out until really a few days after that. But as you see, look at that cold front really strengthening up to around 15 to 16, 17 degrees below average. And then it's going to really hit and affect the southeast. But there it is, the October 6th time frame. That warm front is going to really push eastward, and that's going to really minimize the strength of that cold front and actually lessen the time frame of how long it's going to be staying over the southeast and portions of the eastern United States. But that warm front, it's going to be really out there in the west for a long time. It's going to allow it to really get a huge size. I mean, look at the size of the warm front, all the way up to central Canada, all the way up to the Mexico area. So this is going to be a very large warm front, which is why it's going to be affecting almost all the mainland United States for around 1 to 2 days. It obviously will then start affecting the north central plains a lot. But look at that, all the way from Washington to North Carolina. This would be a very large warm front up to 17 to 20 degrees above average. And look at this. I mean, this is going to affect Canada more, but this is still going to bring in a big pattern change, a week difference. I mean, this is October 9th. Let's go to a week prior to this. Look at that. Exactly a week prior, we're going to be seeing around 11 to 14 degrees below average, and then a week later, up to possibly 15 degrees above average. So this is going to be showing you how significant these pattern changes will be. Last but not least, let's check out the temperature. Show you the real temperatures, so you can actually see how cold or how warm it'll be. These are overnight lows. I mean, it's going to get up to 40 degrees, even 39 degrees for portions of North Carolina and the Appalachians. It's going to get up to 43 degrees overnight for my area. So this is just showing you how cold it'll be. Going to start seeing those almost breaking sub 40 degrees for portions of the Midwest. But you're going to start seeing that cold front. There's that big second shot, that big second cold front, or that second wave. 29 degrees, 28 degrees, 27 degrees for portions of Minnesota. These are overnight lows. They're going to start seeing 41 breaking in northern Georgia, 35 for Pennsylvania, breaking 51 degrees all the way to Charlotte, well below average. We're going to be seeing 60s in the lows, even 50 degrees as overnight low in the Gulf Coast, even 49 in Mississippi. And then obviously, it's going to be a relief for the east, but it's going to be the opposite of relief for the west. 100 degrees, 103, 92 in the central area of the state there. And then we start to see that big warm front now. Obviously, it's going to be very cold for areas of eastern Canada in the Northeast and Great Lakes, but that's going to be the only area in the United States seeing that kind of relief in that time frame. Because look at that. We're going to start seeing 83, guys. October 13th, 83 for South Dakota. That is well above average. Almost 90 degrees for Kansas and Nebraska in mid-October. But there's going to be relief. It's going to be a relief. Only for a few days, though, for the portion of the West. Can start breaking sub-freezing temperatures once again. Going to start seeing 30s and 40s back in Nevada. Significant change. Now going to be seeing 14 degrees, 10 degrees. California, a very big cool down. Look at that, 41 degrees all the way in Southern California. I mean, that is a significant change. I mean, look at those overday highs, 80 degrees, 85. I mean, that is definitely a huge relief. It's well needed, very well needed for the West. But look how big that difference is, though. Let's see. This is actually the night of the 14th. Let's go a week prior to that. 101 degrees, 77. Let's check out the overnight lows, though. Overnight lows, these are the overnight lows on October 8th. 70 degrees, 50, 60 degrees, and then a week later, overnight lows breaking sub 20 degrees, sub 10, sub 30. I mean, this is just a huge pattern change. I mean, those temperatures are all going to really warm up. I mean, look at that, 80 degrees for West Virginia in mid-October. That's not something you see much. 74, 75 degrees, 79 degrees in South Dakota. I mean, that is just not normal. So it's going to go from really wintry life. I mean, look at that, wintry life for sure, to then almost like August temperatures, maybe early September temperatures. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye guys.